Good morning. You are watching Optv Global News with me, Sobia Ali. Let's start by taking a look at the headlines first. Let's get to the top stories of the day. First of all, international headlines. Australia and Japan have joined West to impose sanctions on Russia. Germany has also suspended Nord Stream 2 gas pipelines project with Russia in response to Moscow's action in Ukraine. United Nations chief has condemned Russia's plans to send troops to eastern Ukraine. Antonio Guterres has called for immediate ceasefire. Russia's presidency has announced that its President Vladimir Putin will hold talks with Prime Minister of Pakistan on February 24th. Both leaders plan to discuss main issues of bilateral cooperation and topical regional affairs. Prime Minister of Pakistan Imran Khan has expressed his desire to engage Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi in a television debate. He said it would be great if differences were resolved through dialogue. A US jury has found 3 men guilty and sentenced to life in prison for the murder of Ahmed Arabre. The victim was shot dead while jogging in their Georgia neighborhood. The United States has restricted the import of cultural and historical items from Afghanistan. The move is taken to prevent terrorists from profiting. Israel's troops in the occupied West Bank have killed a 14-year-old Palestinian boy. The other teenagers have been killed over the past 10 days in the occupied West Bank. At least 20 people have been injured in Karnataka, state of India, right after Hindus' activities killed. Angry mobs pelted stone at business places owned by Muslims. And now let's get to the top stories of Pakistan. Sri Lankan Navy commander held separate meetings with Pakistan Army Chief and Prime Minister of Pakistan Imran Khan. General Qamar Javed Bajwa reiterated that all regional countries need to work collectively for enduring peace and stability. Uzbek Deputy Prime Minister has called on Chairman Joint Chief of Staff Committee General Nadeem Raza matter of bilateral strategic interest strengthening of security and defense cooperation were discussed. Pakistan People's Party leader and former Interior Minister Rahman Malik passed away at the age of 70. Malik was critically ill due to COVID-19 related complications.
Equal justice under law. We haven't yet lived up to that promise, marginalized communities across our nation. I'm Faisal Gill. I saw how the color of your skin, so I went to law school because I wanted to fight to make the law work for all, because I wanted to give back, because Black lives matter, because we need to incarcerate less and educate who deserves justice.
And let's get to the top stories of Health World. Danish study has found that reinfections with 2 Omicron coronavirus subvariants is possible, but rarely happens. The reinfections mostly affected young, unvaccinated individuals. And let's get to the top stories of Science and Technology's world. Pakistani students have invented a portable microscope to detect the presence of germs in the water. Students of Mehran University of Engineering and Technology use 3D point for the invention. And let's get to the top stories of sports world. India's teenager has created history after he defeated world's chess champion. 16-year-old Ramasha Babu defeated Magnus Charles in the Earthing Masters. Ireland and United Arab Emirates have qualified for T20 World Cup. And let's get to the top stories of entertainment world. Pakistan's versatile Imran Ashraf Awan will be sharing screen with Officail for their upcoming drama Badsat. The story revolves around a dancer's son who has grown to carry the Bollywood star Shah Rukh Khan's son Aryan is ready to make his debut as a screenwriter. He will be writing Die. Amazon Prime. The series be about the life of a die-hard fan with some elements of thrill. Bollywood's veteran Anil Kapoor is all set to lock horns with son Harshvardhan Kapoor in the Netflix movie Thar. The movie follows the story of a man who moves to a big town to seek a job and to avenge his past. And let's get to the top stories of business world. Global stocks have tumbled and oil prices surge as Ukraine's crisis worsened. US and European markets were also braced for sharp losses at the opening bell. Pakistan and the Islamic Development Bank have signed a $1 billion financing agreement. It will finance import of crude oil, reinforced platform, reinforced petroleum products, LNG, and food products. The mayor of Houston has expressed the desire to bring a trade delegation to Karachi. The visit of high-profile delegates would be beneficial for the business community. So that's all we have in this edition of Optv Global News. Keep watching and stay safe.
Equal justice under law. We haven't yet lived up to that promise marginalized communities across our nation. I'm Faisal Gill. I saw how the color of your skin, so I went to law school because I wanted to fight to make the law work for all, because I wanted to give back. Because Black lives matter. Because we need to incarcerate less and educate more. Deserves justice.